Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to kind of just pick up the pieces, some things that I didn't end up covering in videos because so much was happening this last week. I think it's been like 10 days since the reveal of the game, the gameplay, excuse me. And ever since then, we've been getting so much news, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so starting here, somebody tweeted, "I'm really gonna miss her," and posted a picture of MK11 Skarlet. And I think it's Bieta Pozniak, I forget how to say it, but I believe she is the voice actress for Skarlet. And the fact that she's saying "me too" basically soft confirms that she's not going to be in MK1. But it doesn't necessarily, right? Because that could mean that Skarlet is maybe a cameo fighter, and maybe they can reuse some of the voice lines from Mortal Kombat 11 for her because she's not like a full character. Or that also means that she maybe has a different voice actress. However, I'm going to go ahead and say that these probably aren't the case, at least that's what I think, and I think that this means she's probably not in MK1. So Skarlet fans, do keep that in mind. It is unfortunate, but it does seem that that's going to be the case. Again, maybe she has a different voice actress. I really don't think that's the case. I feel like she'd return. So I'm going to go ahead and say she's probably not playable. It is unfortunate, but this new roster is going to have a big mix of different characters, right? Ed Boon did say that this game is going to have so much representation from all the different eras of Mortal Kombat, so I don't think we have to worry about representation. So let's go on to here, and let's talk about this, which is something that's big that somebody asked me to talk about. This was with the GamesBeat interview with Ed Boon, and GamesBeat says, "With Mortal Kombat 9, you redefined what a single-player campaign could look like for a fighting game with a story mode. How is that going to evolve in Mortal Kombat 1? Is it going to be something familiar, or will you have some twist there?" And then Ed Boon says, "There will definitely be twists. The ending is crazy." Okay, again, coming off of a game like Mortal Kombat 11, saying that this ending is going to be crazy, I could only imagine what they have up their sleeve, right? The format, we're going to keep a lot of it. It's a more sophisticated presentation of that. I wonder if that means that characters don't have chapters anymore. So like there will be chapters, but it's going to be chapters depending on the story mode. So maybe there will be like an Earthrealm chapter, then an Outworld chapter, then like a specific something in the plot, like the Shang Tsung chapter or something, and it's when they have to fight Shang Tsung or something like that. I think that the old chapter system is definitely outdated because you have to do one character's fights all in a row, and it kind of makes the storytelling a little bit weird at times and can often make transitions be jarring. Because it's like, okay, I'm Sub-Zero, I'm going to fight these 3 different people in the same area, then we're going to a new character, and we're never going to explore Sub-Zero again. And that's just very weird. So I think him saying that it's a more sophisticated presentation, I really hope that that means that they're going to just tell a story, and no matter who you're with in that moment in the game, you're going to fight with them. I think that makes a lot more sense. But we're certainly going to be telling a cinematic movie-like presentation. Yeah, that's like the NRS formula. That's how every new Mortal Kombat game since Mortal Kombat 9 and then the Injustice games have been. Even Mortal Kombat vs. DC also did something like that. Then we also have other game modes that are coming that we'll be announcing later. Again, other game modes, man, I genuinely think it's not going to be just like tower modes or going to be a survival mode or something like that. I really think this doesn't mean a mode that is within the actual fighting system of the game. Obviously, I am coping and I do have my fingers crossed, but I do think that this has to do with something that is outside of the actual fighting mechanic. So a conquest mode, something like chess combat, motor combat, which we already know that chess combat and motor combat and stuff like that are not returning. Ed Boon already confirmed that, but that doesn't mean they can't make anything new in any new minigames. Okay, and then Ed continues with, we do feel that's one of the things that separates us from other fighting games. Our story mode. The interesting thing is Mortal Kombat 9 wasn't the first to do it. Mortal Kombat vs. DC, okay, yeah, there he actually says it, was the first to do it. Then we refined it. Even through the Injustice games, we refined it there. And so that's basically it for the story point. We can go through this a little bit more. I'm not sure what the other highlights of this are. I just knew that that was a point I really wanted to cover in a video. Because the fact that Ed is saying that the ending is crazy after an ending that literally reset the timeline and like what the fuck, like I don't think the stakes can get any bigger than like Kronika, Liu Kang, Shang Tsung in this huge battle of like time versus fate and the future versus the past. That was crazy, right? Say what you want about the storytelling in Mortal Kombat 11, we all know how that went, but the actual stakes in the actual level of intensity was kind of nuts in Mortal Kombat 11. So that's very interesting. I'm really intrigued. I do have my own theories about this, and I do think that... Actually, no, we're not going to talk about that. We'll probably do another video another time. I just think it sounds nuts. It sounds crazy. Okay, so what is this question? Mortal Kombat obviously has this big, broad appeal, but there's also interest from people who take fighting games seriously. Is it difficult for you to balance it between those two fan bases? Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question, especially since Mortal Kombat does play a lot different than games such as Tekken or Street Fighter. Even stuff like Arc Sys, like Dragon Ball FighterZ or Guilty Gear Strive, like stuff like that, it does play a lot differently. And this question is especially important coming off of a game like Mortal Kombat 11, which a lot of people think was divisive in terms of its gameplay. So Ed Boon says, "We certainly want to have different things for players to dissect. They call it labbing, where they're in there trying new combos." Wait, do people call it labbing? Am I too old? I don't call it that. I mean, I do get saying I'm in the lab, right, trying combos. I didn't know it was called labbing though. That's crazy. Maybe I'm just not that into fighting games, but at the same time, we want it to be accessible as possible, or as accessible as possible. That's a big reason why the cameos are so easy to bring out. We don't want the challenge to be in the execution of button presses, it's more about coming up with your strategy in the game, and that creativity as well. Okay, this is an interesting take, especially since we know that Mortal Kombat 1 already is a huge step up in terms of combo potential compared to Mortal Kombat 11. And again, I haven't played the game, this is just off of what I've seen, and I don't think it's wrong to say that based off of looking at gameplay from this to Mortal Kombat 11, the combo potential here seems a lot stronger, a lot broader. And I do believe that there is going to be a simple mode, kind of like how you have the classic combos, and then you also have the simple mode, I forget what it's actually called, where you can execute stuff easier. So with stuff like that, that makes it a lot easier for casual people to pick up a controller and play, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so this one has to do with the characters, so we can talk about this. So let's see what he has to say here. One of my concerns was whether we were going to see the original Mortal Kombat cast, but seeing someone like Kenshi in there is reassuring. Are we going to see more characters beyond the original trilogy? And then Ed Boon says, yes, we have characters who represent the arcade era. Okay, so Mortal Kombat 1 through 4. And then there's the Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon era, the 3D era. Then there's the 9, X, and 11 era. There's definitely some, what you might take in as surprise appearances by some of the characters from the 3D eras. Okay, see, him saying that already confirms some in my head, like Havoc, easy. Ashra, easy. Li Mei, easy. Hotaru, maybe? We can get even Darius or Dairu. Maybe not. I know a lot of people don't like them. Reiko's gonna be in there. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see characters so niche like Chameleon even. Nitara is a good choice that we could see. Boraicho and Tanya, they returned in Mortal Kombat X. But I would still love to see them in this game as well, of course. Especially Tanya, we need some Tanya representation. Mavado would be cool. Even Suhao, I could see Suhao being in the game because of the weird Easter eggs of him, not only in this game, but also Mortal Kombat 11. But anyway, I gotta stop talking because I'm gonna keep rambling. You know who I want to see? Okay, this character has never been playable before, but you know who I want to see? Give us Apep. Young Apep. Of course, I want Shujinko so bad. But if you're gonna give us anyone that's super niche like that, give us Apep. How cool would it be to have a young martial artist Apep in the roster? I think that would just be so cool. Okay, but with that said, let me know your guys' thoughts down below about this and about these questions that we went through. I know it's not a crazy video topic, but these are some things I haven't covered yet, so I wanted to at least talk about them a little bit. So let me know your guys' thoughts on the 3D era characters, on the story mode especially, the crazy ending that Ed Boon is teasing here, and then also Skarlet, will she be playable, will she not be playable? Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Make sure you all stay safe, stay hydrated, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.